Hey guys, Marsling here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so the 37th World Tournament for Global is almost upon us. At the time this video goes up, we'll be starting in 12 hours time. So obviously the World Tournament, everybody loves it. It's yeah, it's a painful grind. I still think it's better than Chain Battle, but I will never stop beating that horse until they revamp that mode somehow, or this mode. I mean, World Tournament could do with a revamp, but hey, 37th World Tournament. So the reward card for this tournament is the physical Kid Vegeta, and we're getting awakenings for the physical Chi-Chi and the AGL Grandpa Gohan. So as always, I put out one of these videos before the World Tournament, just going over the units, talking about whether it's worth actually trying to grind to get all the copies of these cards, because obviously a while ago now they updated the tournament so that as you're going through the missions to get all the score, once you get to 23 million points you get a copy of the card, and you actually get that straight away, whereas before you only got them from the rewards at the end, so you actually had to wait until the World Tournament rewards were distributed before you actually got a single copy of the new card, so you couldn't test them out or anything like that. But you do get a copy at 23 million points. So the physical Kid Vegeta, he's a really interestingly designed card. His leader skill is obviously nothing much to write home about. Physical, 2 key, HP and attack and defense 50%. Then his super attack, he greatly raises defense for 1 turn. So that's a 50% defense raise, which is pretty good. Does supreme damage and has a medium chance to stun, so that is of course 30%. And then his passive, he gets attack and defense 70%. He has a medium chance to evade enemies' attacks, so he has a 30% chance to dodge built in, which is pretty good. He gets Ki +1, an additional attack and defense 20% per existing enemy. And then he gets an additional 70% when performing a super attack, 70% attack. High chance of launching an additional super attack when facing 2 or more enemies. So the interesting thing about this guy is it almost feels like he was designed for Super Battle Road, because he gets buffs against multiple enemies, which, aside from the odd stage in a Dokkan Fest here and there, that's like the only place really that you fight multiple enemies, and you're getting extra key and extra attack and defense per existing enemy. So obviously for Extreme, any of those fights where you're fighting like 4 or 5 people, he's getting quite a big buff to his stats, and you're basically going to auto super. And then of course stunning is really useful in Super Battle Road, which not only can he do on his super attack, but you have a 50% chance of launching an additional super if there's 2 or more enemies, so obviously that gives you the additional chance to get stuns. So on paper it seems like he could be pretty good. It's interesting that they seem to have designed him in that sort of way, but like he doesn't have an AoE super attack. I feel like that would have made this unit really, really good. And the interesting thing about World Tournament cards is we're seeing awakenings for some of the better ones, like High School Gohan, the Tech Cell, which unfortunately I guess we have to wait till next World Tournament. I was really hoping it was going to be this one, but we're going to have to wait till next World Tournament for that one, I think. And then the STR Super Saiyan 2 Saiyan Man. Like, we're seeing some really, really powerful awakenings for World Tournament cards. The only problem is the World Tournament cards, it takes like a year at least, a year or 2 for them to even get awakening. So with the cards that they're bringing out now as the World Tournament rewards, they really need to be good now, because there's no point releasing a card that's like, oh, this guy seems okay, he'll be really good when he gets his awakening, when we know that his awakening is probably at least a year or 2 away. So I'm interested to see what this guy's going to be like. Obviously I'm going to go fairly hard because I'm working this weekend, which is actually the best time for me to grind World Tournament because I've got nothing else to do. So I'm definitely going to see how high I can finish. He does have a farmable super attack, and if you're really bored today before World Tournament starts, the best event is the Kid Raditz and Vegeta story event, which is actually live in the game now, so you don't have to worry about using keys or anything, and you can farm up a bunch of Kid Vegetas, especially if you only want to go for the 1 copy and then quit. You could farm up the ones to get into SA10 straight away, give them a little play test. Obviously at some point during the weekend we will hit all those. I'll probably stream some World Tournament, but I'll wait until all the rewards come out, and I'll probably rainbow this guy and just take him into, like, I don't know, Youth Super Battle Road or something. He might link up. He's got royal lineage. Maybe I'll have to check his links with like the Vegeta Junior and see. I would imagine he's probably one of his best link partners, but he seems like he could be pretty interesting. So obviously we will try him out. In terms of the awakenings, we've got the physical Chi-Chi. Her leader skills, nothing great either, but she does supreme damage, medium chance to stun, attack and defense 120, it's pretty solid, attacked enemies, attack and defense minus 20% for 2 turns, ki +3 plus an additional attack and defense 120 when HP is 50% or more. So pretty high stats, all things considered, when you're above 50% HP. And then she has a 50% chance to dodge when HP is 49% or less. Attacks super effective against all types when the name of an ally who is attacking in the same turn includes Goku. So, seems kind of interesting. The only problem with that is it means you can only really run her on Goku's family. Or maybe World Tournament with another Goku, but let's be fair, no one runs World Tournament. So, I mean, an interesting card, I guess. The STR Chi-Chi is obviously more themed around Peppy Gals because she's a Peppy Gals support unit. This one's probably going to have higher stats overall. Seems like an interesting card, but this last part of her passive, I think, is definitely hurts her a little bit, because when are you ever going to use her and get that last part of her passive active? Then we have the Grandpa Gohan. Supreme damage to enemy greatly lowers defense, attack and defense 120, ki 3 and a 50% chance to dodge when there is an ally whose name includes Goku Youth. And then an additional attack 120 and defense 80 for 5 turns after evading an attack. So that's pretty cool. 50% chance to dodge, and then after dodging he gets 120% attack and extra defense. So he actually could be a pretty decent slot 1 card. He is on Dragon Ball Saga, so that's probably the best place to run him alongside a Kid Goku, because then you're actually going to be able to get his passive active. The only problem, of course, is that this guy, not being a World Tournament reward card, you only get him from the actual Dragon Ball Saga banner, which has notoriously bad rates. I'm actually not sure if I even have a single copy of this guy. I have a ton of tickets saved up for this banner, but the World Tournament, the Dragon Ball Saga banner really frustrates me because you can't do multis. There's the 2 different kinds of tickets, and you can only do singles, so it takes forever to do summons on that banner. But I do have a ton of tickets, so I might have to use them to see if we can at least get a copy of this guy if I don't have him, or get a couple more if possible, just to try him out. So the awakenings are okay. Chi-Chi, I don't really see you ever using her. This guy actually could be pretty good on a Dragon Ball Saga team, but is obviously, like I say, very, very difficult to get. And then Kid Vegeta seems like he's going to be pretty good. Probably more so for like free to play, or say for example like Youth Super Battle Road stage. I think he could be pretty good on. But we have so many good like Trunks and Goten and Gotenks units that category is obviously pretty stacked. Vegeta's family, I mean, there's a ton more better options. Same with Pure Saiyans. He's on Terrifying Conquerors and Space Traveling Warriors though, which is kind of interesting. And he is on Gifted Warriors as well. So we'll see what we can do in terms of showcasing him on a good team. But in terms of the grind, obviously the 23 million points gets you the 1 copy. And then if you just want to open all of his paths, you need to finish in the top 2,000 essentially. So top like 1,001 to 2,000. You get 4 copies. That'll let you open up all of his paths. And then obviously you'll have the ability to try him out at Rainbow if you do farm his super attack. I would definitely not waste Kais on him. The fact that that story event is up now for the Kid Vegetas. The drop rate's pretty good because it has a boosted thing from running Pure Saiyans. So you can probably get a pretty decent amount of copies. Obviously, as always with the World Tournament, you have to finish in the top 1,000 if you want to get orbs. Extra orbs, because you do get orbs from missions. It's one of the only reasons why I go hard in the World Tournament, because it's always nice to have extra orbs. Hopefully gunning for top 200 again this time gives you a solid amount of orbs. Couple of extra copies so I don't have to farm quite as many for the super attack. But yeah, World Tournament, that time again. So let me know what you guys are thinking. What are your plans? Are you going to grind the tournament? Or are you just going to get your 23 million points to get your copy of Vegeta? Or are you just going to complete all the missions? Because obviously 23 million gets you the copy of Vegeta. And then after that, you can get a couple of Kais if you go all the way up to 30 million. So it's probably worth it, considering the amount of units that are going to be coming out, especially the number of LRs dropping during the anniversary. Nice to have some extra Kais. But let me know what your plans are. I probably will try and stream some over the weekend, but we will have to see. So keep an eye out on the channel for that. And if you do see me live grinding some World Tournament, do come in and keep me company, because the World Tournament streams definitely make the grind a little bit less of a slog. So hopefully we'll get some of that done, and like I say, we'll showcase the VEGETA once all the rewards are out. So let me know what you guys are thinking down below. What's your plan? What teams are you going to use? And yeah, good luck if you are grinding for that top spot, or if you're grinding for #1 in the local to get those 2 copies of Demon King Piccolo. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.